One of the most fundamental things that you need to do to create great online marketing is to stop thinking about yourself, stop promoting your own products and services in a big way, and instead think about the people that you're trying to reach. I call them buyer personas. Some people might call them demographic groups or target markets. It doesn't really matter what language, but let's call them buyer personas. And a buyer persona is a unique group of people that you've identified that are buyers of your products and services. And your job is to create really fantastic information for each of these buyer personas. And what that does is it allows you to transform your website from something that's egotistical nonsense about your products and services to something that's incredibly valuable for the people you're trying to reach. So let's take an example, hotels. I travel all the time to hotels. I think in the last 2 weeks I've been in 5 different hotels, and I always take a look at the hotel website. And I don't know if you've noticed this, they look exactly the same. It doesn't matter what hotel you go to. You go to the hotel website, it looks exactly the same as every other hotel website. Why is that? It's because they write about their product. The product of a hotel is fluffy pillows, it's tasty shrimp, it's the swimming pool out back. Now imagine how different that hotel website would be if instead of talking about their products, they created content for their buyer personas. So I identified 5 buyer personas for hotels. I don't know how many there are. I'm not in the hotel business, just a guess. Independent business travelers that make a decision to come to, say, San Francisco, and they need to choose what hotel they want to stay at. And they may want to choose it based on the availability of parking, let's say. Or then you've got a corporate travel department in the San Francisco area who has hundreds of people come through the corporate headquarters, and they cut a deal with a hotel to make them a preferred hotel provider. They get a great price. Perhaps they get free breakfast for everyone from that company. They get centralized billing. Then perhaps you've got a third buyer persona, which is someone who runs conferences and events, and they need to find a room for 1,000 people. It needs to have great AV. It needs to have good food. It needs to run efficiently. And whatnot. Then you've got a fourth buyer persona, a young couple planning on getting married, perhaps using the hotel ballroom, and then a family perhaps coming on vacation. 5 completely different buyer personas. Now imagine how different that website would be if instead of talking about the stupid product, which is hotel rooms and pillows and shrimp and whatnot and food, they instead create content for each one of those buyer personas. So for the corporate event planner, that buyer persona, perhaps they've got photographs of what each of the rooms looks like, the meeting rooms, with round tables, and then with theater style, and then with classroom style. Imagine how that would be, how interesting that would be. And then they have photographs of what does the breakfast look like with and without fruit? Which should we do? Now imagine for the couple who's planning on getting married, the hotel has a blog. And the blog has content on every one of the wedding bands in San Francisco. Each post is a separate post about a different wedding band, linking to their YouTube videos, and all of a sudden that site is valuable for the couple who's planning on getting married. Other than just being a stupid product brochure essentially online, it becomes a valuable place. The search engines will rank it really highly for wedding planning in San Francisco, and all of a sudden you're talking directly to people, and that young couple says, shoot, we should go here. They're going to help us to make the planning of the wedding easier than if we go somewhere else. This concept of buyer personas is critical, and so many people don't really think about it, but it can be literally transformational in all of your marketing, but in particular your online marketing.